is this not going live? Why the fuck is this not going live, dude? There we go. Fucking took forever to get this thing to go live. Alright. I'm gonna dry all of this out. I think what I'm gonna do is just dry where I'm gonna start, and then if it's not dry by the time I get to the next spot, then I'll hand dry it. But I have all the doors open, so it should, it's very windy out, so it should air dry everything. Get as much of this. Ooh. these measurements I took. Alright, got my measurements here. This is going to be kind of fun. Let's see. This wood doesn't bend as much as I wish it would. Trying to see something real quick. Man, fuck these things. Fucking gloves suck, dude. Can't fucking do anything. Here. I'm gonna have to get another drill battery. This thing's dying. These are self-tapping, so they should work. Thinking. Alright. This is really gonna work. We need a good drill. Fuck, just a little bit too south. It's alright, I'll do another hole. Gotta figure out where these go in at. There we go. Look at that. Oh, it's in there. But look at all that space I'm losing. I wish if these would bend inward just a little bit, but I can't go any thinner because then it won't support the weight. So then this bottom one right here, I'm going at an angle. Just go straight down into there. So we'll stick right here. Christ, dude. Now they're not long enough. These motherfuckers are not long enough for this. Let's see. I probably need about a 6 1/4. 6 1/4, and these are, what are these? Three and a half. 3. Yeah, so these are What the fuck am I getting this up here? Wish I had a magnetic tip so I could pull it out to do it with my hand. So the hole's fine, both holes are good. I need a longer screw or bolt, it could be either one. But it's in the right place, it just has to be longer. That's right. I'm just going to move on to the next one, because I'm going to have to take this out. But actually, this is going to end up getting cut anyways. Like this particular beam right here. And the main supports are going to be this one, and then all of those, because the water tank has to fit. The water tank will come up about this high and then cut over. So I would have to cut this out anyways. Then I'm kind of like leaving a space, I'd say probably about right here, down just before these support beams. So the wood paneling will just go across on top, skip right here, and then that will all be wood panel all the way down. Because the bed's going to be right here. So, I mean, this would have ended up getting cut in the middle when I went to put that in. I was just trying to put all of these beams in first, because once everything would be attached, I would be able to cut it right here, but then this would still have, you know, the panels on it. But I could always add that later. But the rest of these can go straight in. Alright, what was the other measurement? 310. Show up! Okay! Fucking dog barking at nothing. Where's my pencil at? Am I opening that up? I gotta go grab my pencil. Actually, I may not even need the screw hole here. There's already holes slightly below where I need it to go. Worst case scenario, I'll have to drill one, but I'll try and get it into that hole first. Because they put a hole in this for the shelves here. Or two about the same distance, but I don't have to screw into anything here. It's just got to go up here. So these are going to be aligned across the wall, and then the wood paneling that I pick out, it's going to go across it all the way down. Now insulation will be filled in between, but if there's like an area by the kitchen, say like right here, where I have about 3 inches, I might do some like little storage compartments that flip up through the paneling. So I might build a couple rectangular shaped cabinets that open inward. Even though it's 3 inches, it's big enough you could put spices in there, you could put cooking ingredients, shit that you don't want out. So, alright, set that there. Let's do this one first. Yeah, I guess I'll just forget about this one. I'll just take it out and then leave. Might be able to bolt it to it right here. If I cut it right here, it'll fold down. I can just bolt it in. I just need the top piece for about 6 inches worth of it. Because right here again, the water tank bed will be right here. And then actually the support frame of the bed will push all of this in between both walls and give it extra support. I knew this was going to be a challenge, but I just didn't buy long enough, I didn't get long enough screws. These are more meant for what I'm doing up here. But it's okay. It's about right there. So much for the self-tapping fucking screws, they don't fucking work. Going to be lined up. Let's see. Only way to tell. Nope. So much for that hole that was already there. That's okay. I guess we'll just have a million holes. They'll be covered up anyways. You guys hear that wind? Been dealing with this shit for 2 days. Look at that. Maybe tighten this one just a hair. Not bad. Alright, next one. That's going to be the same length as this one. It's going to be another 310 piece. See how I left the space on here for the floor? Doesn't have to go all the way down. That's why I didn't cut them all the way to fit. Alright. That's it. Listen, motherfucker. So, same. actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill the screw through there and see where it touches on the metal this time before I put the bottom hole in. Bro, this screw's annoying as fuck. This fucking screwdriver is gonna end up pissing me off. Fucking fall. It needs a bigger base or something. I don't know. Fucking falls over all the time. All right, got that one in. Now I gotta see where the screw hits here. Right there, see, I made my little mark with the screw. Right here with it. So right there. Look at that. Now we got two of them. Make sure that's nice and tight. Right. Pull on it, ain't coming out. Nice and tight. Now this one, same length, that's going to be another 310. Make sure my camera's not too close. See if I can I zoom out? Nope. Alright. I can't put the phone outside the van because it will blow over. At least right now, it's protected by the lid. Floors are going to be a hell of a lot easier, I'll tell you that much. A lot easier. So, let's see where we're at. Let's put it right here. Bottom about the same as the other there. And we'll see where the drilling the hole in the bottom once we get the top in. Shout out to Nate for letting me have this fucking tool right here. This is the MVP of today's job. I would have to buy this. So, you could go kind of on an angle if I can. Slight angle. Not a big angle, but a very slight bend to the top. Bend to the top. When I put this in. Perfect. That's what I needed to do, is put it at an angle. A lot easier. More support. Alright, now the bottom one. Alright. Came out of, so I can go ahead and do this. There you go. Side's almost done. Some random screw still in there. That looks good. So we're getting the basin on that wall. Oh man. A second, check my measurements. Where did I put my vape at? All right, so now let's check the base wood to see how even it is. Look at that. We are very much even. The panel wood is going to go like this all the way down the side of the van, and I see no gaps in between this as I slide it all the way down. Look at that. It actually fits. The ceiling's going to come out. Well, the ceiling's going to hang down about here because there's panel wood on the rivets there. But the ceiling's going to come down to probably about here and curve up like that. So I'll be screwing in somewhere right here. And then underneath will be the panel wood all the way down. I don't know which one this is. This is 4.5. Does it maybe go the length of the floor? This is the floor piece, probably. So I think I'm gonna have to get creative back here, whichever piece I put in the back of the van, because there's not really a place big enough to screw into. So I'm gonna have to use that sealant, which I'm not gonna worry about right this second. I can do that one last. That's gonna require it to cure for a couple of days. Alright, let me see which one I'm gonna do next. Let's see which one we're going to do next. I can get my phone to work. There we go. These are all 310. Yeah, so I'm not going to worry about the wheel well right now. I guess we'll do the ceiling. Do the ceiling. We'll get those in and then we'll work on the other wall. So the ceiling should all be 311s. Ceiling should all be 311s. So let me change the camera here so you can see the ceiling. And oh wow, ceiling. There you go. I love this gimbal, man. It makes it so easy to just fucking move it around without having to do too much. Just a button. There you go. So, same thing I did on the walls, I'm gonna do on the So the ceiling should be a lot easier. I say that. Ceiling's going to be a little bit different though. So this is going to have to be curved into the ceiling like that, which means I got to do the center first. So about right there. Let's fuck the pencil right. That intentionally so I could hit through the wood to figure out where the hole's going to be. I'm trying to eyeball it. Found my hole. I don't know how far I want to go in on the ceiling though. A little bit more, just add that. Alright, that was good. Alright, I only went through, I didn't want to go through the ceiling, but I didn't, so I just need the screw in the middle all the way to flush with the ceiling thing. Once I get this up there, then it will hold it for me for the sides. Right there. It would be a lot easier to have another person here to hold this, like right here for me, while I can drill this in. Doing two people's job at once. There we go. All right, so now it's in there. I gotta do the sides. Give support over here so it don't hang down. We'll go about right here with it. Put it about right. can, try not to go through the ceiling. If I do, I'll have to patch it up. I do have stuff to patch it up though. I bought sealant, I got spray foam, got everything. Alright. Now, in with these suckers. That's locked in. That ain't going nowhere. Now this one. Look at that. Yeah, that ain't going anywhere. We're good. So, obviously, it goes without saying, the ceiling wood panels are going to go long ways over the top of it, all the way down, and curve over here. So I'll kind of start curving here and move down, which is going to give me a lot of insulation behind these walls, which is good. I want thick insulation to keep it nice and warm or cool in here. Alright, on to the next one. It's going to be another 311. Okay, let me move everything right next to me here. Grab it. Thank God I bought these knee pads, man. My fucking knees would be killing me right now on these van rivets. That's why I wanted to do the floor first. So I'd have like something flat under me, not fucking rivets. Alright, so about right there. Let's fucking one hand this thing again. Let me straighten it up again. It kind of slid. Fucking one arm this thing. Alright, now for this one, I got my hole marked. I can switch hands here. Alright, now I gotta get this in. There. Make sure these are straight. Oh, fuck. Didn't take. Let's see. Or it's stripped, one of the two. I think it's just stripped. It's okay, I could go with another hole. Yeah. It fucking stripped. Fucking metal, dude. Go right here. Go right there. Right. The other one didn't strip. I wonder why this one stripped. That's perfect. We'll wind up here. Straight. Alright, try this again. I'm going to use a different screw just in case. I don't know, that one might have been funky. This to line up. This fucking thing keeps moving because it's like hard to hold it. Right there. Alright, now we're in there. I want to strip it again, so I think we're good. Now I just got to do the other sides. Same thing as before, we'll put it kind of right here away from the edge. The fuck? Okay, that side. Goddamn, you tabs kind of suck. You fucking sliding down on me. There we go. With some extra support in the middle. Go. Nice. Alright, smoke break. Just the two of those. Smoke break. Like I said, we're in no rush. Like, I'm gonna have all this done today. Oh man. Yeah, I think like after the third week, everything will start to take form and take shape. I pretty much, once I get all my paneling in and I start building the bed frame in here and the cabinets, I think that's when people will kind of get a better idea of where everything is. I gotta at least show you guys something. Grab this real quick. So, just to give you guys a better idea. So back here, we'll say from where that piece of wood is, the edge of it all the way to the back door there, that's where the bed's gonna be. It's gonna be about the width of a little bigger than a twin size bed. And it's gonna go right here in the center. And I'm gonna sleep wall to wall on it. So my head will be there, and then my feet would be over here, and then the window I'm gonna put in is gonna go right there. So you can see out the window. And then going to the right, so about right here, all the way down to right here is just gonna be one giant cabinet, essentially, that goes down, except underneath right here, I'm gonna leave space for your legs to go under, and it's gonna stick out. It's gonna stick out to probably about right there, right here, or we'll say about right there. And there's gonna be a mounted TV right here, which makes sense because my head would be over there in the bed. I can watch TV and swing the mounted TV around, or sit at the counter / desk and have an office, and then all that counter space will go all the way down to here to where the sink will be, right behind the driver's seat there. So we'll probably stop right here, and then at the very edge of the counter on the side of it, there will be a place to put a pole in, and that pole will be a lagoon table, and the seat will swing all the way around on a swivel, so I can turn the seat around and have the lagoon table come out kind of like right here and have a table to sit at. Or if I'm right here cooking, I can have the lagoon table swing out right here and have extra counter space. It would look like an L-shaped piece at that point. And then over here, so about, I'd say probably like right here where this inside door opens, right here, all the way down to where the bed is, will be another very tall shelf. Well, it won't be tall here, it'll just be at counter height. But as you get to the door frame here, it will go all the way to the ceiling, cut over, and there's going to be a cabinet drawer that pulls out, and it's going to have a long pole on it, and that's going to be where you hang your clothes up. And then Valentina's going to have her food station kind of right here. Valentina's bed's going to be under my bed. So my bed's going to sit up about halfway up the wall. And then all the way under it, I'd say probably from this line right here forward to about here is where her bed's going to be under my bed. And I'm actually buying her a really nice bed off of Amazon that will fit right in there. And I'm going to cut everything to fit that. And then in the back will be my electrical system, will be all right there where the solar panels will feed down the wall. Over here, the water tank under the bed, and back there, access point to the water tank to fill it up or see what the water level is, to where a mounted on the inside of the door right there on the sidewall will be a mounted shower hose. Take quick showers out the back of the van if you need to. Oh, and under the cabinet space right here will be a drawer that slides out with a built-in toilet with a 5.5 gallon black water tank in it. It's sealed. You just take it out into 2 pieces and dump it. It'll slide up under there. There will be no smell, and you won't even see a toilet in here. That's pretty much where everything's gonna be. Yeah, once I get all of the this in, this framing wood, I will tape the floor out. I just didn't want to do it yet because I would have torn it to pieces doing what I'm doing in here today. But yeah, you can see the start of the framer. It's starting to come out pretty good. That's a lot of space that I'm missing though. Like this is the thinnest board wood that I could possibly find. Anything thinner I think would not have supported the weight. And what sucks about it is I really wanted it to bend as inward as I could get it. Because I'm giving up like 2 to 3 inches in between each rivet. Look. I'm giving up about 3 inches from the front of this to the back. And if this would have been able to bend inward a little bit, I don't know, I would have had a little bit more space in here, but I'm trading support for space. You know, integrity in the wood for space. I'm gonna be sleeping in my own shit. You guys don't know that there's RV level porta potties out there that are sealed off from any vapor escaping or smell? You guys don't realize that? You can go look online. Like I said, no smell. I know a lot of van life channels that use them and they've never complained once about it. So it's actually gonna smell like nice cabin wood in here when it's done. The smell's gonna be cedar. So I'm gonna leave this in for right now. Figure out if I just want to cut this here and screw it into here, just to have like, or actually what I might have to do is screw in another piece of wood behind it, right? So it's level with these, and then into here. So I have about that much of it to do the panels over. I mean, technically I don't even have to have anything here. Panels will still reach from the back to the front, but add that extra support right here would be nice. All right, let's put in the third ceiling thing. The only thing is I gotta be careful with this light. All right. Let's see if I can fit this in there. Make sure the wire is not gonna be up. Sorry, cool. Let's see. All right. Yeah, that light won't be in the way. I'll sit on this side of it so I can make sure. Right there. The only thing that sucks about the light is I can't get as good as the grip on this. I don't know where that's. That's easy. Perfect. Alright, let's not do what I did earlier. It's tight enough. It's bending that wood in. Let's go here with it. Alright. Fucking got sawdust in my... I bought safety glasses. Am I wearing them? No. Of course not. Alright. Two of these. That's in there. Looks alright. It'll look level. Oh my god, dude. Oh man, I need my drink. All right. Let's see. I think I measured. Oh, wait. I'm gonna check my phone for the measurement. We wrote down all the measurements on every piece of cut wood based off of the pictures that I took. Let's see. So actually, so here's the thing. I have to run an errand later today or tomorrow morning. So I don't want to do any marine curing. Also, we'll let the van dry out the rest of the day first, but I don't want to do any marine curing on that back piece yet until I get back from the errand that I have to run. And then I can let it sit all day on Monday night, and then it should be nice and cemented in. They said to let it sit, and if I drive, there's too much vibrations and movements, it might knock it out. So I'll wait to do that piece until, I'll probably do it. So I'm really trying not to go until tomorrow morning, but we'll see. It's only going to be two pieces I have to do for the marine sealant. It's going to go here, which has to be level with this, which means I have to actually screw that into another thin piece of wood to get it to be level with this. And then it's going to seal from lip to lip into the back here, pushed up. It's going to be able to set perfectly. And actually the ceiling's a little bit bent down, so that actually kind of helps me out a little bit. Somebody like must have sat on the roof or fell on the van, I don't know, but it's bent down right here, and I don't want to try and bend it back, so it'll just be covered by the ceiling panels inside. I just got to make sure it's nice and even. Let's see, I'm trying to find this size though. Alright, those were all 311. I think that one up top I measured, it was 310. I took off, no. That one should have been 311 too. I'll have to go look and see. I didn't take a picture of that, that's the only thing. Alright, let's do the floors first. Let's do the floors. I got all those floor pieces which are on top of everything in my pile out there right now. So let me find my floor measurements real quick. Oh, okay, here's the one. All right, so that one in the back ceiling in the corner that I have to cement in, not screw in, but cement in, is going to be 4 by 2. So I got a wood out there that's 4 by 2. So all the floor ones, so the floor ones are different sizes because they're going in different places. So the one in the very back is going to be 5.5. So let's bring the camera kind of over here. I'm gonna set you guys right there. So that one's gonna be 5.5. So this one is going to go in here. So that get locked in about right there. Different bolts for the floor. Ones for the floor are slightly different. They're a little bit bigger. They look like more of a bolt, and I have a special bit for the drill here for them that I had to buy to lock them in. I wanted to go with something a little bit more heavy duty for the floor. So I had to use thinner screws for the roof to get it to curve easily. But the floors can be a little bit more anchored in, because I don't want the floors really bending all that much. There we go. Make sure, yeah, that is correct. Oh, nice, and it's magnetic. See? I really need a magnetic regular screw fit here, but it's up there. Alrighty, let's get this thread hole first. in the center here. Nice. See how that's like anchored in a lot better? These are a little bit bigger. Now I gotta do this side. I already marked the spot. Right here with it. Alright, so that's in. So we're gonna go with some spaces in between, and then the plywood that I'm buying is actually gonna go on top. It's gonna be cut into pieces. I wasn't able to afford the plywood this week, but this coming Wednesday I'm getting it. Plywood's gonna get split into 4 pieces. I only need like 2 sheets to cover the whole van. And it's going to be fit to cut in between the wheel wells, which is what I have the jigsaw for. I got another tool, like old one like this. It's a jigsaw, so I'll cut that out. And I kept the rubber floor mat in here to use the sides of it to shape the plywood that I'm cutting in here. And basically it's just going to be one flat surface on top of these base woods. But before I put the plywood in, I'm insulating in between where I don't have base wood in the floor, which is only going to be about a 1/4 inch thick. The floor doesn't have to be as thick, but at least it's reflective insulation, so it'll do the job. And then the walls will just get like a thicker insulation. It'll be a combination of spray foam, board foam, and then also the fluffy cotton candy looking foam in some places, like the really thick places. Probably I can fit that behind the rivets and base wood and all that stuff. So, alright, I need to figure out what that measurement was next. Let's see. Oh, I need another drink. Alright, what's the next one? I think the next one's going to be 4.4. They've got 4.4. Yeah, sorry, it's they're not bolts. It's got like, I don't know what the fuck they're called. It's got like a bolt head to it, but they're screws. They're self-tap screws, but it's got like a bolt head to it, but they're actually self-tap at the ends. They go in like screws, but they the tops of them are a lot thicker and wider. And they're a lot thicker than these other ones that I got here. These are a lot thinner. These are better for like the top surfaces, anything that you want the wood to bend a little bit more. Use those. All right, 4x4. I got a couple pieces of wood that don't have anything written on them. That's okay. Alright, so I'd say probably nobody. Alright, so here's the other thing too. Nobody's going to be walking. Nobody's going to be walking in between here. So I could probably make this a little bit wider out, like right here. Instead of having the drill two separate pieces, I could just get away with one because nobody's going to even be walking right here. The bed's going to be right here. And the dog's going to be laying on her bed right here. So, I don't think that that's too wide to where it wouldn't be supported. I'm just trying as little holes as I have to drill. So this should be good enough because then the next pieces will be a lot closer together. So let's get this piece in. We'll start off with, let's break some lines here. Where I want to put this. So go there, go here, and go here. That should work. Throw these on that side. A lot easier to do when you're standing over this. Alright, first hole down, let's lock this first one in. Here, I'm actually a little bit closer to the camera, but these are the ones that I'm using. See, it looks like kind of like a weird bolt head, but they're self-tapped. And then these are the skinnier ones. It's just got a regular drill bit hole to it. They're also self-tapped, but they're thinner. Alright, now before I tighten that down, let's get this hole in. Do that real quick. Alright, got that one in. Last side. went through the floor. Almost went with it. All right, last one on the side. There we go, nice and tight. That's not going anywhere. Again, these aren't really going to get moved all that much. These are more just for the plywood that's going to sit on top of these. All right, I gotta move you guys back. Just keep coming all the way down the van with them. All right. Where did I put my, see what the next measurement is. All right, now I need 5'11". So just so you guys know, this piece of wood right here is 5'11". I'm only 5'8". So this is 5'11" exact. My bed is going to be here, right? So from here to there, I still have 2 more inches. So the width in between from wall to wall where I'd be laying is actually 6 feet. Exact 6 feet. So I will be able to lay from my head on this wall to that wall and be able to stretch out completely because I'm a short ass motherfucker. I'm 5'8", 5'9". One of the two, I don't know. Probably without shoes, 5'8". So I'll be able to fit perfectly. Now, if somebody was 6'4", you'd be fucked. You'd have to build the bed long ways. But I can get away with not having to do that. All right, so this one, I think we're going to line, or no, actually, I think I had it right. About right here. Perfect. So we'll keep it lined up about right there. Hey, that's pretty cool, right? Like, I got plenty of space in here, side to side. So even though I'm giving up, you know, wall space up front here, back here by the bed is still going to go. There's not going to be any paneling in the back by the bed. I think I'm just going to start the panel on the top over the bed, and then where I'll be, it would just kind of be more flush in with the wall, and then where the window is. All right, just gonna go right into this. That right here. Actually, I gotta screw that in first, so that doesn't move. Probably about right here. So there's actually already a hole right here. If I could line that up right, I might be able to just go straight into that hole. And not have to drill another hole. That would be ideal. Got it in there. However, that other hole is a little bit, it's all the way to the edge here, so that's not gonna work. I'm not laid straight in there. I didn't realize that was right here. A little bit too far. Need the bolts to be in the middle. Perfect. Look at that. That base wood's locked in. Except for the middle. It doesn't seem to want to stay locked in. Because it's fucking stripped. So I have a choice. I could either, it's locked in from the sides and it's flat. I could either drill another hole or just leave it. Because everything would be going on top of this, right? The plywood is going to get drilled right into this. So when the plywood's connected back there, it's going to anchor all this down up here as well. I don't know. I don't really want to drill another hole. I might be able to, if it was peaking up, I would consider it. I think I'm just going to leave it. The screw's just stripped. It will keep spinning, but it's in there. So I'd probably just leave it. If it was the ceiling, I'd do another hole like I did earlier, but it's the floor. I'd be stepping on it, not tripping over it. So we'll just move on to the next one for now. I can always add, if it turns out to be a bigger issue than I think it is, when I go to put the plywood in, I could just add another screw right next to it. I just prefer not to put more holes in the floor. Alright, let's set you guys back here just a little bit. Alright, I need a drink. So that one was 511. I think the next piece is going to be 5.5. I think. No. Is it 5.5? No, 4.6 is going to be in between the siding there and that funky little piece. So the next one's actually going to go where that little stick out is right here. It's going to go right here, from here all the way down. I did it on purpose like that, so it would be center. I will have to get a different type of insurance on everything I put in the van. Like, I've been saving every receipt on anything that I buy for the van, which will be in here. And once I got everything saved, I'm going to see if I can get some kind of insurance. I gotta sit down for a second, my back's killing me. I'm going to see if I can get some kind of insurance for the inside. But that will probably more so cover like all my electronic stuff. Because I'll have a good couple $1,000s invested between everything I buy for the van. From the refrigerator to the oven setup, to the solar panels, to all the lithium batteries and all that stuff, all those components. My PlayStation 5, which is worth like $800, I think I paid for it total. TV, computers, Starlink, like all that would be covered under insurance. Yeah, I would assume it would be no different than like a homeowner's insurance. People can insure their belongings inside their cars or their houses. I don't think my regular insurance would cover everything in here, like my regular car insurance. I'm just sitting down for a couple minutes, FCC. Fucking all that crouching long term fucking kills your back. What's up, Brave Little Toaster, Bat Bomb, Anthony Cruz J. Silly, Avocado Rocker. What's up, dude? RV insurance, yeah, then that would more than likely be what it is. I don't think it will end up costing that much money either, because it's not like they're insuring anything crazy expensive in here. If I had to guess, I'd probably pay no more than $60 a month for whatever I end up getting. Worth having though, in case, you know, somebody ever broke in and stole stuff, and once you get that police report and all that, you can file a claim and get new shit. Alright. So what was that piece size that I need? What did I say? Is that 4 by what? 4 by 6. Alright. God, that wind is something else, dude. It was hanging out right on top, like as if it knew it was next. I got it right here, so it should fit. Should fit right there. There we go. Look at that. Perfect. Y'all see what I'm doing now? Originally, I was going to go long ways with just long 10-foot pieces of wood down the center, but I couldn't find a wood that would fit into the rivets that was also not a square shape that was tall as shit. If I would have went with that idea, I would have ended up losing about 1 inch to 1.5 inches from my floor space, and these actually sit flatter and lower level. And I think this way is actually going to be a lot sturdier. They're going to be a lot sturdier. So we'll put it about right there. Alright, this time I'm going to start on this side first. So I'm assuming my gas tank is under here, right? Because right here, this goes to my fuel tank, which is right under here. So I got to be really careful here. Really careful. Now imagine if I like strike, I'll literally strike gold. We'll hit oil, and then the spark from the fucking metal being sawed off will have a whole explosion right here on live stream. So I'm gonna go about right here with it. not going to push down as hard. I'm just going to go light with it until I just get through the metal. Okay, there's absolutely nothing under that hole right there, so that's good. I was worried there would be like a fuel tank or something under there. There isn't. I can actually see the ground through that hole because there's nothing under it. Just like I could see the ground under those holes too, which I gotta patch up. I was just gonna screw some bolts into them and seal them. These bolts should fit right into those holes, actually. Let me see. Oh yeah, I could just drill these bolts right into those open holes right there. I'll lock them right in. Ah, fuck, I just kicked it over. Perfect. Okay, that's in there nice and snug. And this one we'll put right here. Nice. There we go. That one's in. Alright, now before, where am I going to put the next one? Wait a second. I don't even think I measured one out all the way to there, now that I think of it. So I ran out of wood. Hold on. Let's check. Let's find out. Insulation situation. So the floor is going to get 1 1/4, or I'm sorry, 1/4 of board insulation. Some places on the wall are probably going to get about 1 inch to 1.5 inches board insulation. And then the weird places. Sorry, my phone's about to die. And then the weird places, those are going to get, what do you call it? Spray foam. And then also cotton candy foam. So board foam, spray foam, and then whatever the fucking cotton candy foam is called in the like wider places. Which will also add as like a noise dampening to the sides of the vans. Ceiling's all gonna get board foam. So my phone's about to die, and I can't plug a charger into the phone while it's in the gimbal, because the side of the phone that has to be in the gimbal is where the fucking charger goes. So what I'm thinking is I'll take a break for like an hour, hour and a half. We'll come back out. I'll plug my phone in the house. We'll take a break. Maybe I'll play an MLB The Show game, and then we'll come back out here once the phone's charged and do it all over again. I got to charge my gimbal too. So my phone should charge to 100% in an hour. I'll plug it into my lightning charger. We got a lot done though in this live stream. We've been live for an hour and 45 minutes. Plus before this I had to drive and do the pressure washing, which now the van's dirty again, but we'll be able to vacuum it out. I don't have any place to mount my phone. You guys aren't gonna have any good views. I can't look. I'll show you guys. The ass end of the phone goes right here into there, and this is the bottom of the gimbal, so there's no place to. No, we'll just take a break. You all realize I have 2 days, right? And I don't have much left to do. Let me show you. So that wall's almost done. That's a half of a wall. That's not even a whole wall. It'll take me 3 boards to put in there. Then I can't do the marine, or the board with the marine sealant. I can't do till tomorrow until I come back from running my errand. That's going right here. And there's also going to be another piece that needs to be marine sealed into there. And then on that side, because I can't screw directly into the wall. But we're pretty much almost done with what I had bought materials to do. Look, from this angle, we got the base wood lined all the way down. I just have to put in one more right here, which we'll do when we come out. I gotta fill in these holes right here. You can see them. Fill in those holes, and then I got to do that wall. So when we go live later, all we're really doing is that wall, that one extra piece of base wood right there, and that's it for the day. Well, I'm sorry, that's not it for the day. Then I'm going to install the insulation, cut it out in between each one of these on the floor, and then that's it. That's all I have materials for. Look, I'll show you guys. That's all I could afford to buy this week, because I had to buy tools too. Oh, I'm sorry, I take that back. We're also going to spray foam in some places as well. I got a couple cans of spray foam, but look, this shit isn't cheap. This, sorry, not that. This is the seal in the foam board. This is how we're going to fasten the wood on the roof in the back of the van and to the back wall. And then this is the wood I have left over that still has to go in. And then this is all my extra wood. So see all this? There's no measurements on this wood because it's extra. And what I was thinking about doing is once I get all the pieces in that I have measured out, what I was thinking about doing was running maybe behind these, right? Behind all of these together, just one long piece of wood, and then screw it in through the back maybe to help line all these up and lock these in, give them a little bit extra support with the extra wood. But I don't want to put anything on the front because that's my paneling walls are going in the front. So we got to leave all this nice and flush. But we're pretty much almost done, guys. I mean, this was a very important step, but it really didn't take me all that long to do it. Well, if I had more money, I would have been able to buy more stuff and have more stuff to do. But unfortunately, to get started, it cost quite a bit of my paycheck. So we're almost done with the framing. So yeah, we're going to, let's see, next week. So this is what we're buying on Thursday for next week. We're getting the plywood to go over everything. I got to get the extension cables and electrical wiring to run behind everything, and then have it coming out where those electrical components are going to be on the ceiling and the sides on both sides. We got to get all of those locked into place. I'll probably just zip tie them to the support beams for now. And then we'll do the plywood floors. I'll be buying insulation to do all the wall insulation next week. I'll tell you guys what, the insulation is what's really expensive. The wood is less money than the insulation. This board of insulation I have right here cost more than those. And that's only a 1/4 inch. So that insulation is what's going to cost less. So next week what we're doing is we're doing the floor. We're finishing the floor off with the plywood. We're doing the insulation this weekend. So we'll, as much as I can, if I run out, I'll have to buy another 1/4 inch next Thursday. But we'll get in as much as we can. Then if, you know, there's enough money to get the panel wood, I have a place that's $21 a sheet. My friend is going to help me cut that, like she helped me cut all of these. So we're going to cut those down to be able to go down the sides. So we'll start installing some of the paneling, not all of it. I'm going to kind of stay away from the back of the van until I get the bed frame built in, and then we'll go around it. But another thing I need to buy next week is either the window or the exhaust fan, which is going in the ceiling. So one or the other I got to buy next week. They're around the same price. So I guess you can let me know. But once we get all the base wood in, we got to clean all of this out, like deep clean as much as we can. All of this is rust. Like I tried pressure washing everything. Whatever is on there is just pretty much rust. It's not coming out. It's all going to be underneath everything. Yeah, no, well, it's not clean anymore because now there's fucking wood everywhere from drilling and pieces of metal that came from all the holes I drilled. You can see it. Sawdust, and looks like sawdust anyways. Yeah, unfortunately, this is all not coming out. That's just 20 years of fucking, I don't know what the fuck that is, rust or, I don't know. Mold? Is that mold? I don't know. It's not coming out. And I tried pressure washing it. Yeah, the corner is, but I will tell you this. What I'm doing back here is this whole corner is going to have rubber that's going to go in, and I'm going to sink it under this, like from both sides. And it's going to kind of line the back with rubber, kind of like the front there. And then on top of it, we're going to build a circuit board right in here for all the electrical components. And then the batteries are going to kind of evenly sit in between here, come out to about right here. So you won't see it anyways. But yeah, unfortunately, this was a maintenance van before. What do you want? But you're not going to see any of this anymore once we get all the paneling in and the floors and the ceiling in. You're not going to see it. It's going to look really nice when it's all done. Yeah, it might be. It doesn't come off, whatever it is. It looks like, I'll tell you what it looks like. It looks like there was mold, and then it looks, I don't know, like it's coming from the top of the roof, not fucking under it. I don't know how it would come in. I checked the van for leaks. So it rained really hard the last couple of days. I came back here and looked all over the floors, the sides, see if I could see any water moisture from outside, because I wanted to know if there was a leak before I put the ceiling in so I could patch it. And there wasn't a single drop of water back here after it rained, so I don't know. But this, you got to remember, this was all covered by like some weird cardboard roof thing that they had in here. Throw an area rug over it. Well, you guys aren't going to see any of this. There's going to be really nice panel wood. I actually have the nice V-shaped bamboo wood that I'm doing in the ceiling. It's going to look like wood planks of V going all the way forward. Yeah, you're not going to even see anything. The inside of the van is just a canvas. But yeah, look at all that space. We got all that room. And like I said, from this point right here all the way to this wall right here is 6 feet exactly. And I'm only 5'8". So when I'm laying in my bed, the top of the bed's going to be right here, which leaves me with, you know, halfway up from the top of headroom when I'm in my bed. So I'm not going to be sleeping like any higher than this. This is like the level of the bed where it's going to be. I'll be able to stretch out actually. This, the vape sediment might cover. No, but I'll tell you what I will do before I cover that up. I will at least try and see if I could use the little spinner buffer tool thing and see if it will come out that way. If it doesn't, I'll just grab my clear coat spray and whatever is there, it's going to be sealed in with the clear coat. It'll be under a nice film layer of clear coat. So whatever it is, we'll lock it in one way or another. I'll tell you what, I don't want to lay down on that right now because there's a lot of fucking dust and shit, and I don't want to get my clothes all fucking dirty. But later, once I get all of this done, we'll wipe it down. I'll hit it once with the vacuum and then I'll lay down. Like I'll throw like maybe one of the towels down or something. But yeah, I don't really know how else to prove it to people because I just measured it. Remember this piece of wood right here? This piece of wood right here is 5'11", and this is not the longest part of the van. That is in the back. So this wood right here is measured. It's 5'11". And you can see I have 1 inch on that side, and then because the van comes in here because of the door, it's about 2 inches, or 1 inch to 2 inches right there. So we got, all of this came out of the van, by the way. I think Nate said he's going to take all of this. So once I get all my framing done, I got to throw this back in the van. Not assembled, just throw it in there, and I got to drive it to him. There is the rubber mat that came out of the van, which I'm going to use to measure out the plywood that's going on the floor. Dustin, well, not actual shit, that guy, but no, it's just like sawdust all over the place now and like metal shavings from the holes. This back here is going to get a nice like rubber. It's the same material I use over there is going to go kind of back here because this is going to be the garage area of the van. So under the bed, there's going to be a drawer that maybe goes from right here to here. And it's going to pull all the way out and it's going to slide all the way in kind of flush with that wheel well right there. So I'll have a lot of storage under that, but this side I won't be able to do it because I'll have batteries right here. But I would still have like some storage I could put under up until probably about right here, because Valentina's bed is going to start probably, let's say, right where that pencil is. It'll go forward. Actually, it might come back just a little bit, like about right there, I'd say is correct. So from that pencil out to here will all be storage area. And then I'll of course have a bunch of cabinet space under there, on the sides, under the sinks and all that stuff. And then if I decide to do it, I have to see what it looks like when I put the wall panels in, but I might end up cutting some of the panel out to install cabinets if I can fit them. Above my head over here, though, is going to be a mesh hammock thing that is going to clamp onto the ceiling to the wall, and I'll be able to put like some clothes in there, like socks, t-shirts, shorts, sweatpants. It'll be like a mesh hammock. I think I showed you guys a picture of another van build where they did that. It was actually pretty cool. All right, let me unplug this real quick. In case it does start fucking raining again, I don't want this all getting wet. Don't forget, we have a whole nother project too, which we're not probably going to do until like the 4th week. But this whole thing on the doors coming out, I just found out today this doesn't fucking work either. I can't open the door from the inside. You can only open it from the outside. So I'm going to have to fix this. But this whole plastic has to come off because I'm building a, well, first we're building like a frame around the door, and we're going to line it in. And then we're going to, I might actually repaint the door white as well. And then there's going to be a table that kind of comes up to about right here. And then the table flips down to about this level. So when the door is shut like this, the table will fold down like that. And then that front passenger seat will be on the swivel. So you'll have a table right here to sit at when you're sitting in that chair. Or when the doors are open and you're out at a campsite, you'll have counter space outside of the van. I was thinking about doing this right here too. But yeah, I gotta get a new door. I gotta get a new door handle for that over there on the driver's side too. And reconnect the cable that's inside the door. But it's gonna come out really nice. Like, I think like once I get through all the hard building stuff, like the framing and then the paneling. Framing will be done by tomorrow. At the latest, or today. But once all this is done, that's kind of like, I'd say the hardest thing is the paneling and the framing, and then everything else will be a lot easier. And it's just at the speed of how much money I make is really the only thing. So sweatpants are essential. They are. I'm wearing them right now. These fucking things are comfy. Imagine if I had to wear jeans doing this. Shit would be so fucking stiff. Alright, so my phone is at 10% now, it's telling me. So I'm gonna end the stream. I'm gonna go do a game stream, I guess, while my phone charges and my gimbal charges. I'm gonna bring this in, charge this up. And I'll see you all later when I go live again when my phone's at 100%. I know it sucks that you can't charge your fucking phone while it's on the gimbal, but unfortunately, if I were to put the camera in like this, you see the phone upside down where the charger's on the other side, it fucking blocks the camera. You can't see anything. The only way it can go is like into it like this and sit down into it. I wish I had a gimbal that actually fucking charged. That would be nice. Maybe I'll get one day. I do the game streams from my PlayStation 5 directly, which is probably why the quality's as good as it's going to get. I'll say this, when I always open up a window on my other phone to give me some watch hours. I help myself out, some watch hours. On my computer, it gave me the option to watch the stream in 4K. So apparently my baseball streams are all in 4K. Or 1080 HD or whatever the fuck it's called. I don't know. Well, I ended up spending more money on other shit too. So you guys forgot that I didn't get paid for like a whole week. So I had to pay people back this week, and also I had to get a bunch of dog stuff for Valentina, so I had to get her all another bag of food and treats and shit. So yeah, I only had $245 to spend out of this week's paycheck, but next week I'll be able to spend a lot more money on materials because I don't have to catch up or pay people back. So also paying people for their time that they're helping me. I'm not accounting for all that because it's not in materials. So yeah. But anyways, I'll see you all once my phone's charged. I'll just keep checking it. It'll probably take a little over an hour to charge the phone back up, which is perfect time of, I'd say one baseball game is about the time that my phone should charge. The games run usually around an hour and 10 minutes, so we'll see you all here in, we'll say, an hour and a half or 2 hours. We'll finish this out. There's, like I said, not much left to do. Just one more strip wood on the floor. The side paneling right there where the door is. I'm not doing this one yet because I got to marine seal that in, and the other side and on the ceiling, we'll leave that for tomorrow. But we'll do those 3 pieces, and then we'll cut down the board insulation and fasten it down into the center of the van. All right, we'll see y'all. Phone's gonna die.